morning, everybody. I'm overlooking the Blacksmith Fork River from the north side of the canyon. So as you can see on the north facing slopes, there's still a lot of snow. I'm on the south side, or south facing slopes on the north side of the highway. It's mostly bare. Way down below me is the river there and the highway. So it's windy today, 80% chance of rain, but so far it's only sprinkled on me a little bit. I've got all day to shed hunt. This will be the first all-day trip I've had this year. So hopefully we can get into something. If not, we're certainly going to put in the miles trying. Thanks for coming along. Well guys, that's an elk kill, little elk calf. I was down there right up on it, but it just reeks, but it looks like a lion kill. Its nose is all smashed in. I'm no expert, but I've talked to a lot of guys who hunt a lot and spend a lot of time in the mountains, and they say that when you see a deer or an elk skull with the nose caved in, a lot of times that's a lion that'll suffocate it after it gets a hold of it. Guys, I doubt you'll be able to hear me. The wind is just screaming. I'm watching a herd of elk about 180 yards out. And I dropped down because there's a couple of spikes in there. So I just wanted to see if there are any other bigger bulls. And as I dropped down to see them, look right here. Brownie, baby. Little 2-point. Not very big at all. But I don't care. I didn't get skunked today. Oh man, God is just so good, guys. If I wouldn't have dropped down to get a close look at those elk, I never would have found that shed. I was walking a much higher line. So anyway, we're on the board for the day. I'm going to watch these elk a little bit more and then keep hiking. So I saw that bone up there, guys, and I thought, well, I better hike up. Maybe there's a deadhead. So I started looking up over here. See those tines sticking up right there? Just found our second shed. The back end of it's really bladed out. It looks really cool. Let's see. It's at least a 3-point. Alright, so I got the GoPro out, guy, a little easier to get it in the frame with this. And it won't be as bouncy. So it's buried. It's pretty cool as it lays. Let's get it out now. Yeah, little 3-point with a little hook cheater on the back. That's sweet. That's last year's drop. It's not cracked or anything yet, so it's a hard white. Second shed of the day. Thank you, Lord, for helping us find that. The sun's peeking out, guys, but the next band of storms, or next band of showers, excuse me, is moving in. It's been like this most of the day. It's rained, it snowed a little bit. I've had a few patches of sun. It's about 2:45. I've been going since 9, so I'm gonna start working my way back down to the truck. So far I found the 2 sheds for the day, and just a beautiful spot. I mean, just look at how lucky we are. That's so awesome. Everybody, I didn't think I'd be able to do the Minute on the Mountain outside. I think it's just gonna be too windy, so I'm gonna do it inside the truck. I know that's a little more boring, but I hope you'll bear with me. Before I jump into the Minute on the Mountain, I want to do the channel shout out. And for today's video, I want to shout out TNDeerStalker. So TN, like the abbreviation for Tennessee, and then DeerStalker. As you've probably guessed, he's from Tennessee, does a lot of outdoor videos. I've seen some fishing videos from him, some hunting videos from him. Just some great outdoor scenery, beautiful places he's been to around Tennessee. So check out TNDeerStalker when you have some time, and tell him Minute on the Mountain sent you. For the Minute on the Mountain today, we're going to go to John chapter 6. At church, we're still in this series on the miracles of Jesus as recorded in the book of John. And the miracle we're going to do this Sunday, or we would have done this Sunday, only we've canceled services because of this coronavirus scare. But it's the miracle where Jesus feeds the 5,000. I want to kind of point out a couple of things in that miracle. It's a miracle that if you grew up going to church, you're probably familiar with it. There's a young boy there who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. And so Jesus has the crowd sit down in groups of 50s. He gives thanks for the 5 barley loaves and the 2 fish, and then he distributes it, and everybody eats all they want, and they pick up 12 basketfuls of leftovers. It's just this really cool miracle. But I want to focus on this boy. So barley, in the culture of that time, was kind of regarded as a poor man's food. It was more fit for animals than people. Kind of like ramen noodles today. I love ramen noodles, so don't be mad if you like ramen. I love them. My kids love them, but you know what I'm talking about. So he had 5 barley loaves. Barley was only worth about 1/3 of the value that wheat was worth at that time. And then he had 2 fish. And John specifically says that the fish he had were small salted fish, almost like a sardine. And so from the culture's standpoint, this young boy didn't really bring anything of value to Jesus. But what he had, he brought, and he said, do with it as you wish. See, Jesus didn't need to start with 5 loaves and 2 fish. He could have created the food out of nothing. He's God. He can do whatever he wants. But he invited this young boy in to be a part of this miracle, which I think is so cool. So maybe right now as you're watching this, you don't feel like you really have anything of value that you can bring to the table. Maybe culture has told you you don't really have much. Maybe you're not well educated. Maybe you're extremely introverted. Maybe you have a physical limitation. Whatever it is, I want to let you in on a little secret. It's not what we bring to Jesus that determines what he's going to do with it. It's how we bring it to him. So whatever you have, just bring it to him and say, Jesus, it's all yours. Do whatever you wish with it. And then I think you'll see he's going to do some amazing things through your life. So thanks for coming along, guys. I hope you were able to get out and enjoy the mountains this weekend, and hope you have a great week.